Let's get into it, how to revolutionize your betting so that way you can consistently start turning profits. First thing that you need to understand is you need to be able to view your bankroll as an investment. Now, I get this argument all the time. People are like, oh, you're trying to make a gambling bankroll your investment. Well, here's the thing, guys. When it comes down to it, we're gambling in any aspect of life, all right? Whether it be the stock market, whether it be going to work, whether it be waking up in the morning, everything is a gamble. When you go to bed, you don't even know if you're going to wake up the next morning. That's a gamble in itself. So it's nothing but gambling every single day, but it's all about the mindset of how you look at it is what dictates, do you think it's gambling or do you think it's not? So it's a lot of taboo-ish out there that people think, oh, it's gambling. You shouldn't save money or put money aside for gambling. But if you do it with any investment, if you're trying to start a business, that's a gamble. You have to realize that you have to be able to educate yourself, all right? You need to be able to understand that it is an investment that you're trying to make here, all right? Because you are trying to make money from it. You're not trying to just have fun and just donate, right? You're not. And if you do, maybe this video just ain't for you. But you need to understand that as an investment, you need to be able to educate yourself on that factor. The more you know, the better decisions that you're going to make. So make sure you guys are reading books, following expert opinions. If it's not just from me, try to find somebody else that gives expert opinions, not these cappers that are out there on Twitter and stuff, guys, that give you stupid information. The people that actually teach you and teach you the art of sports betting. Other than that, you also need to be able to set clear objectives. So you need to determine what you want to achieve with your bankroll. You know, are you trying to eventually double it? Are you trying to triple it? Are you trying to pull passive income from it when you get to a certain plateau? You need to figure out exactly what your goal is, what you're trying to do there. Do you want to be able to make a steady return from your sports betting bankroll? Because if you do, then you have to learn exactly what to do. You have to apply the right strategies. You can't just, have bankroll management, learn exactly what bankroll management is and think you're going to be able to pull profits. You have to have the right strategies in place. And like I've said before, guys, if you guys want me to teach you how to do this one-on-one, click the link down in the description. I will teach you exactly how to do this one-on-one. Now, I do want to teach you guys that you don't want to be like me when I first started out. You're trying to skip all that. That's why you're watching this video, all right? Because when I first started out, I didn't even know what a bankroll was. And there's a lot of people that I come across on a daily basis. They don't really know what a bankroll is either. They're like, what is that? I don't understand what I'm supposed to do. What a bankroll, what is that? So I would just, take the extra money that I had left over from my paycheck or whatnot. And that's what I would do. I'd go bet parlays for the weekend for NFL and let it ride. And most of the time I would be losing. So I just keep donating, just keep losing and losing. It would go week in and week out. I would get lucky every once in a while and end up actually, winning one. But most of the time I was just donating. I wasn't tracking it. I wasn't doing anything. So I would just realize that one weekend that I did hit a parlay, I'd feel like, oh yeah, I know what I'm doing. But the end result, I would always be donating. Now you got to understand, you have to take your mindset serious too, because the mindset behind using a bankroll is you need to be able to establish a unit size. The amount of money that you're going to wager on a single bet, that is what your unit size is. Now, what I always tell everybody is you want to be between that 1% to 3% mark. Now, maybe if you have $1,000 bankroll, $2,000 bankroll, you're not going to think it's a lot betting $10, $20, $30. But you got to understand that over the course of a year, if you start stacking your bankroll up and then you correlate your unit size to that bankroll, your bet size and your unit size is going to get bigger. All right. It just takes time. With any actual investment that's actually going to somewhat make you money, it takes time. There's no quick money. It's just not going to happen. That doesn't last long term. Yeah, you can go out and put $1,000 on a game and win, but you can also lose that. All right. You have to understand that. Now, this strategy, it allows you to withstand the losses without depleting your bankroll quickly. Because like I just said, if you go out there and take $1,000 bankroll and you put 500 on a game and you lose, you lost half your bankroll in one play. Next thing you know, you only have half your bankroll left. And odds are you're probably just going to go bet all that on another game. So try to avoid that by using the 1% to 3% of your bankroll as your unit size. Now you got to understand that emotions are going to dictate how you use your bankroll. So when you are upset after a bad beat or whatnot, your emotions can take control and you can start betting more than you should. You have to be able to control your emotions. Can't control your emotions, it's not going to work. And just understand it's an investment, long term, live to bet another day. I always tell people that, because if you lose all your money, you're not going to get anything back because you don't have anything. So always keep bullets loaded in the chamber. You could be upset at a bad beat. I was always upset at bad beats because they happen all the time. There's nothing you can do about them. They're going to happen. All right. But don't let it dictate that the next thing you do is go and bet 20% of your bankroll on something. If you go and make ill-advised bets based on your emotions, 100% out of 100%, you're going to lose everything every single time. Trust me. I've been there. Just like, what I'm teaching you guys, I've already went through. That's why you guys are watching this video. So you could skip that stuff. Now, the strategy behind it is you want to be able to start each month by deciding if you're going to do 1%, 2%, or 3% of your bankroll. Once you decide that, you need to ride that throughout the whole entire month. All right. You're not going to fluctuate. You're not going to do first week 1%, second week 2%, then back to 1%, then 3%. You're not going to do that, because the reason why you can't do that is because let's say you go on a great week betting 1%. Next week you decide to go 2%. You start losing. Now you're losing double what you made in that first week. So you can't do that. So you have to go the whole entire month, either 1%, 2%, or 3%. So each month that you start, always know exactly what you're going to use as your unit size throughout that whole entire month. Do not differ from that. Once you start seeing growth, then you can dictate, going to 2%, 3%, if you want to risk a little more. What you're trying to do here is you're trying to build your bankroll and compound it every month. Next thing you know, your $1,000 bankroll, $2,000 bankroll in 6-7 months turned into $5,000, $6,000, $7,000. And now you're betting a decent unit size every single bet. As long as you see long-term growth, it just keeps growing. So that's the idea here. All right. You want to stay consistent with it. You want to bet the right unit size and see that through. All right. Month to month, you set your unit size, get to the end of the month, reassess the bankroll, set the unit size, get to the end of the month, reassess the bankroll over and over and over. It's exactly how you do it. And what the end result ends up being is once you have the correct strategies in place, and like I said, if you guys want those strategies, make sure you guys go and click the link down in the description, but you will see steady increases over time to your bankroll. So it'll correlate. Bankroll gets bigger, unit size gets bigger, you make more money. Then eventually you get to a plateau on your bankroll. A plateau is where you're comfortable enough, you can start pulling profits each month that you're actually turning a profit. When you're consistently profiting, you can start taking money from it each month. I always like to say for side income wise, $10,000, $25,000 as a bankroll, you can start pulling side income money, passive income money each month that you're consistently winning. But that is the end result when it comes to putting this all together. When you acquire and put those right strategies in place with this bankroll strategy, this is what you get. All right. The end game is you start making money consistently month in and month out, and you start pulling money from it. And then there you go. You've had a passive income source starting to generate. Now, one thing I do like to tell people is when you're scared to try something new, you're scared to dive into it, to take that, initial jump to get into an investment, to get it started. You know what I tell them? Go for it. The immediate reaction that you get when you feel like you should do something, you should go for it. No looking back. Go for it. Because if you don't, you might miss the opportunity. So I suggest no matter what you guys are doing, no matter what goals you set, always just go for them. Because when you go for them, you might be surprised on what you might actually accomplish when you put the work in. All right, guys, I'm Frank with Linemaker Sports. Like I said, I will see you guys in the next video. Thank you for watching. I'm out.